535 handicap over the 2-mile trip. And they're off and racing. A couple of them was just slowly away, Cold Harbour and Bird for Life. We've often seen Bird for Life really rattle home. She'll need to do that again tonight. She's in last place. Round the first turn they go. Through the first furlong, London Eye gently does it to the front by 1 length to lead from Justified. And now General Zoff making ground toward the wide outside of the field, keeping quite wide as well. Gavlar next, and followed by Pledge of Peace in the yellow and blue silks. Cold Harbour latches on at the back end of the field, but there'd still be 2.5 lengths to Bird for Life, who is the back marker, as they move on down the side of the racecourse. With London Eye out in front narrowly, General Zoff, though, has made his progress through into second position. Justified is in third, followed then in fourth place by Gavlar. Pledge of Peace comes next. Just a short while ago, Luke Morris had a long look round just to keep an eye on where Cold Harbour is. Cold Harbour now making ground again on the outside, so those two have effectively changed track positions. Now Pledge of Peace on the inside, Cold Harbour on the outer, and still Bird for Life is our back marker, with now 1.25 miles left to run. The Sky Sports Racing HD Virgin 535 handicap sees London Eye lead past the judge for the first time, but only by a neck or so to General Zoff to the outside. Justified and Gavlar, they're next and separated by just a neck or so. Another length back to Pledge of Peace in fifth. Keeping Pledge of Peace company still is Cold Harbour, and Bird for Life is still our back marker. They swing left-handed and now reach the halfway stage of the contest, with London Eye taking them down the far side of the track for a final time. General Zoff's never been far away. Justified behind those in third. Gavlar is next. Pledge of Peace in fifth position. And then Cold Harbour, followed by Bird for Life, as they now move on with 6.5 to run now. And the leader is still London Eye, looking for this hat-trick. Sylvester de Souza on board, setting the tempo, with General Zoff and Tom Marken still in second place. Justified's still third, followed by Gavlar to the outside. He's tracked by both Cold Harbour and Pledge of Peace on the inside running rail. And no change for Bird for Life. She's still very much in this, but still finds herself 2 lengths off the pack as they move now towards the top end of the race course and about to come past the half-mile marker. And now there are 3 in line disputing the lead. London Eye still with General Zoff. Gavlar now the one trying to join in. Justified is chased along just in behind London Eye. They're followed by Pledge of Peace, who's just ahead of Cold Harbour, and Bird for Life is the back marker. And now up front, London Eye's been headed and dropped back to 4th or 5th place. He looks in real trouble. General Zoff strides on from Gavlar in second. Pledge of Peace still there with every chance in third place. Then we've got Cold Harbour. Oh, Bird for Life plugging on. London Eye's dropped away disappointingly. Justified's well beaten off as well. Furlong left to run here after 2 miles. It's a good race. General Zoff, Pledge of Peace giving everything on the far side. Here's Bird for Life coming with her effort down the outside. Remember, she sat last. General Zoff still in front from Bird for Life. General Zoff and Bird for Life. Very tight finish between them. Gavlar next, and then Pledge of Peace.
That's a heads up, heads down. Initial thoughts were General Zoff, but oh, the bob again. Bird for Life, who was coming. She's in front there. She's definitely in front, Bird for Life. But the lunge as they get to the wire, she may well have still managed to just pluck it out of the fire. Bird for Life and General Zoff. The Muir and Grassick combination on the inside with Tom Marquand. Charlie Bennett here for the Usher team. Just looking at the heads, looking at the screen as well, looking at the camera on the inside. Here we go. First number 8. Bird for Life does manage to come with that rattling late run down towards the outside. And she just had found herself very, very well handicapped indeed. Thankfully for her, there'd been a pretty strong gallop set, and General Zoff had gone and committed. Tom Marquand thinking the line's going to come for him. Heads up, heads down. Oh, and she bobs just at the right time to get win number 7 on the board. Charlie Bennett has done a perfect job there, just trying to kid her into contention the whole way around, trying to keep her interested, and one long sustained challenge down the outside, not even in shot. Marquand in the drive is a thing of beauty, but even he couldn't hold on from the thrust from the old mare by Delegator. The Mark Usher Racing Club be thrilled with that. And here she comes. Well done, Charlie. Absolutely timed to perfection. I'll catch up with the winning rider in a few minutes.
Oh, that was a fantastic ride by Charlie, wasn't it? It really was. She's got to be delivered so late, this mare, and you couldn't have left it later. In fact, he probably got there too soon because the head was coming up again. I do feel for Generals Off, though, because I just feel as though he should be winning more races. He's a bit frustrating sometimes. So Jace was spot on. He gave a real thumbs up and heads up about Bird for Life. And Charlie Bennett, take a bow. Beautifully judged. To do that to Tom Marquand, that takes some doing. It really does. And I think that's the first time he's won on Bird for Life, Charlie. It's taken him a while, you know. But he got it absolutely spot on today. Really good stuff there. We've had some really good finishes, haven't we? So tight at both Lingfield and Newcastle. We'll hear from Charlie in a few moments, no doubt. I bet Tom can't believe that. He's been nutted on the line. Let's go back to Newcastle.